Okay, so today in class we talked about angles formed by transversals, and our goal for today is to identify angles formed by transversals. So a transversal is our vocab term, and it says a transversal is a line that intersects two or more coplanar lines at different points. Okay, so basically what that's telling us is our diagram has to have a minimum of 3 lines, and there's going to be 2 lines that get intersected by another line, and that line right there is what we call the transversal. Okay, so the question is, how many transversals do you see? Well, on this diagram there's only one, and if I look here on this diagram, would this line right here be a transversal? And the answer would be yes, because it intersects these 2 lines right here. Okay, well then I would ask you, could this line right here be a transversal? Does it intersect 2 or more lines? Yes, it's intersecting this one here and this one here. Then the last line right here, is this one a transversal? Once again, it intersects 2 lines, so it could be a transversal as well. This last diagram right here, what it looks like is that all 3 lines are intersecting at one point. So this one I would say has no transversals because they have to intersect at different points, and these all intersect at one point. Okay? The next thing that we look at is the transversal. When it intersects 2 lines, it creates a bunch of smaller angles here, and those are the angles that we're going to focus on today. Okay, we talk about interior angles, and interior, like if I say you're on the interior of a house, that means you're on the inside of a house. So this is in reference to these 2 lines right here. Where would be my interior angles? Well, my interior angles would be the angles that are between those 2 lines. So I would list angles, angle 2, angle 7, angle 3, and angle 6 are all interior angles. Exterior just means they're located on the outside. So outside of the 2 lines would be the angles up here and the angles down here. So angle 1, angle 8, angle 4, and angle 5 are considered exterior angles. Okay? Corresponding angles. Now, corresponding angles, these are going to be 2 angles that are in the same position relative to the 2 lines in the transversal. I don't think that's a super great explanation. So what I like to do is I like to say, okay, corresponding angles, I have to have 1 interior angle, I have to have 1 exterior angle, and they're going to be on the same side of the transversal. Okay, so on our diagram up here, our transversal is that line T. So when I say on the same side of T, that would mean like any of these angles right here are on the same side of the transversal. Any of these angles over here are on the same side of the transversal. Okay, so if I want to pick out a pair of corresponding angles, that would be like angle 1 and angle 3. Okay, angle 1 is considered an exterior angle. Angle 3 is considered an interior angle. They're on the same side of the transversal. Another thing that we should probably mention here is that corresponding angles have to be non-adjacent, meaning they can't be directly next to each other, because if they were next to each other and I had an interior and an exterior on the same side, this is actually called a linear pair. And if my 2 angles form a linear pair, then I would not call them corresponding. Okay, that's why we have a different name for corresponding angles. Okay, so other pairs of corresponding angles would be like angle 2 and angle 4, an interior and an exterior on the same side of the transversal. So for angle 2 and angle 4. Another one would be angle 8 and angle 6, and our last pair would be angle 7 and angle 5. Okay, alternate interior angles, these are going to be 2 alternate interior angles. These are going to be 2 non-adjacent interior angles that are on the same, or excuse me, they are on the opposite sides of the transversal. That word alternate or alternate means that I go to the opposite sides of the transversal. So alternate interior, so I have to have an interior angle. So like angle 2 and angle 6, they cross the transversal. They're both inside of these parallel lines right here. So angle 2 and angle 6. Or I could also choose angle 3 and angle 7. Okay, just like we have alternate interior angles, we also have alternate exterior angles. That just means these are going to be 2 non-adjacent angles, and the exterior angles are on opposite sides of the transversal. Okay, so once again, that's going to be like angle 1. I have to cross the transversal and come down here to angle 5. I can't use angle 8 because those would be a linear pair. Okay, so I'm going to say angle 1 and angle 5, or I could also pick angle 4 and angle 8. Those would be alternate exterior angles. Okay, the next two pairs, what they say is they say same side. So same side interior angles and same side exterior angles. These are two angles that are on the same side of the transversal, and I'm going to fill that in on both of them. Okay, so they're on the same side of the transversal. So interior angles that are on the same side would be like angle 2 and angle 3. They're on the same side of the transversal. They're in between the two lines. Okay, so angle 2 and angle 3, or I could also pick angle 7 and angle 6. Okay, same side exterior angles, so angles on the outside would be like angle 1 and angle 4, or angle 8 and angle 5. Okay, all right, so on the next section it says classify each pair of angles as corresponding alternate interior, alternate exterior, same side interior, or same side exterior. So angle 1 and angle 2. When I look at my diagram, here's angle 1, here's angle 2. They're inside of the two lines, so I would say they're interior angles. So my option is either alternate interior or same side interior. Okay, now since these ones cross the transversal, this is what I would call alternate interior angles. Okay, angle 3 and angle 4 are my next pair, 3 and 4. Okay, these once again cross the transversal, so that means that they're going to be alternate. They are outside of the two lines, so these are going to be alternate exterior angles. Okay, my next angle pair is 5 and 6, so here's angle 5, here's angle 6. Now angle 5 is an interior angle, but angle 6 is an exterior angle. So if I have one of each, that's a pretty good hint that these are going to be corresponding angles. Okay, my next pair would be angle 8 and angle 4. And those two are on the same side of the transversal, so I know I can say same side of the transversal. The next question is, are those considered interior angles or exterior angles? So in reference to these two lines, these are my interiors, these are going to be considered exterior, so same side exterior angles. Last pair is angle 1 and angle 7. Those are on the same side. They're in between the lines, so we're going to call them same side interior angles. The next example says, in the space at the right, draw two lines, M and N, intersected by a transversal T, and then complete the table with the number of pairs of angles formed. Okay, so if I just draw in two lines, so this is my line N, I'm going to draw in a line M, and I'm going to draw in a transversal that cuts through, and I'm going to call it line T. They're saying, how many pairs of corresponding angles are here? Well, corresponding means I have one interior angle and an exterior angle. So an interior and an exterior, that's going to be one pair, okay? This angle here and this angle here are also corresponding angles. There's two pairs, okay? This angle right here and this angle right here are corresponding angles. There's three pairs. And then here's my last pair right here and right here. So I'm going to say there are 4 pairs of corresponding angles, okay? Next, they ask how many pairs of alternate exteriors. So alternate, once again, means that they are going to cross the transversal and they have to be on the outside. So like this angle here and this angle here, they cross the transversal, they're on the exterior. There's one pair. I have another pair right here. Okay, so there's 2 pairs of alternate exterior. How about alternate interior? Any guesses? It should be 2 pairs once again. Okay. Interior angle crosses the transversal. Interior angle crosses the transversal. Okay, so 2 pairs. Same side interior just means that they stay on the same side of the transversal. So like this angle here and this angle here, these would be same side interior. There's going to be 2 pairs. So one pair for this side, 1 pair for this side. The same thing with the exterior. So this angle and this angle, they're on the same side of the transversal and they're exterior. So 2 pairs, this angle here and this angle here, same side exterior. Okay, moving on. All right, these are just practice here. So it says, classify each pair of angles as corresponding alternate interior, alternate exterior, same side interior, same side exterior. Okay, so here I'm going to get angle 2 and angle 7. They cross the transversal. They're on the outside. I call them alternate exterior. Angle 3 and angle 5, these should be same side interior. Maybe pause your video and see if you can fill these in and then check them. Okay, angle 1 and angle 5, here's an interior, here's an exterior. They're on the same side. These are called corresponding angles. Angle 4 and angle 8, there's an interior and an exterior. They're on the same side. They are corresponding angles. Angle 4 and angle 6, they're both on the inside, so they're called interior angles. They're on the same side, so I call them same side interior. Okay, on the next diagram it says name the transversal. The transversal is the line that cuts through the other two, so our transversal is Z. Name all pairs of corresponding angles. Well, on the last page we said there should be 4 pairs of corresponding angles. So here it would be angle 1 and angle 3. Let's fill these in as 7 and 8, okay? Angle 6 and angle 4. Angle 2 and angle 5. And then the last one would be angle 7 and angle 8. So one interior, one exterior, same side of the transversal. Name all pairs of alternate interior angles. There should be 2 pairs of alternate interiors. That would be like angle 7, cross the transversal, and angle 4. Angle 7 and angle 4. The other pair would be angle 3 and angle 2. Angle 3 and angle 2. I'm going to draw a line here. Okay, next one, all pairs of alternate exteriors. We said there should be 2, so that would be like angle 1 and angle 5, or angle 8 and angle 6. All pairs of same side interiors, once again there's 2 pairs, so same side on the inside. That would be like 7 and 3. They're on the same side on the inside. The other pair would be angle 2 and angle 4. Okay, that last one, same side exterior, so same side of the transversal on the outside. That's going to be like angle 8 and angle 1. They're on the same side of the transversal. They're on the outside of these 2 lines. So angle 1 and angle 8. And then the last one would be angle 6 and angle 5. Okay, now these last problems, what you'll see is the diagram gets a little bit more difficult in that they add a line to it. Okay, so what I do here is I look at my angle pair and I say angle 9 and angle 12. And then I say, well, what line touches both of them? Line B touches both of those angles. Line B is the transversal. I'm just going to take something and cover up the other part of my picture and only focus on these angles here. Okay, so are these 2 angles considered inside or outside of these 2 lines right here? They're on the outside of the 2 lines, so they're called exterior. They're on the same side, so that angle pair would be same side exterior. Okay, the next one's going to be angle 2 and angle 6. Here's angle 2 and here's angle 6. These 2 angles touch line A, so I'm going to cover up line B and I'm going to say, okay, so in reference to these 2 lines, are they interior or exterior? They're on the inside, so they're interior. They cross that transversal. They're called alternate interior. Okay, the next one would be angle 6 and angle 11. So angle 6 is right here, angle 11 is right here. They're both touching line D, so I'm going to pretend that line C isn't there. Okay, so now these are my 2 lines I'm looking at. This is my transversal. Are these 2 angles interior or exterior? They should be interior. They're in between the 2 lines. They're on the same side, so I call them same side interior. The next one is going to be angle 2 and angle 16. So if I look at my diagram, here's angle 2 and here's angle 16. They're both touching this line C, so I'm going to cover up the other line. And I would say in reference to these 2 lines, these are exterior angles. They cross the transversal. We call them alternate exterior. Okay, next I have angle 4 and angle 12. So here's angle 4 and here's angle 12. They're both touching line D. I'm going to cover up my other line. And I'm going to say, well, it looks like I have one interior, one exterior, so that's a good sign that they will be corresponding angles. Okay, the other one I have is 8 and 16. So if I take a look, here's angle 8, here's angle 16. They're both touching line C. That means I need to cover up line D. I have angle 8 is inside of the two lines, angle 16 is outside, so once again we have corresponding angles. Okay, next I have angle 10 and angle 11. So here's angle 10 and here's angle 11. They're both touching this line B, so I'm going to cover up line A, and I'm going to say, well, in reference to these two lines, 10 and 11 are interior. They're on the same side, so we call them same side interior. The last pair that we have here is angle 15 and angle 11. So here's my angle 11 and here's my angle 15. They're both touching line B. That means I'm going to eliminate line A, and I'm going to say, are they interior or exterior? They're inside of the two lines. They cross the transversal. These are called alternate interior. And that's where we stop for today.